What did you want to know about?
Okay, so you think we should do away with what sort of public education?
High school.
High school public education.
Yes.
So
You said middle school too.
And middle school. Yes.
and elementary because you
No.
mentioned that.
I agree with elementary. I agree with you. Let's keep elementary.
See, I feel
Because
like
let's get the basics of
I
reading,
think-
writing, and basic arithmetic.
Middle school. The reason
I
why
have a tic tac. I'm sorry.
I feel like the problem with that is that our society is in no way fit to do that. You'd have to. I think they do that in Europe somewhere. Is that where you found it?
No, this is just me. It could be somewhere else.
I'm pretty sure they do it somewhere in Europe, but I feel like our society, there's no way we could handle that because like all the infrastructure, like we pay bus drivers and we pay public school teachers and
that would be that would also be a lot of
extracurriculars, and then that
job
looks good
time.
on your college application, and I don't know.
What I think with high school.
Well, that's because college needs to change as well. College is going to have to change in the next few decades anyway because it's getting too expensive. The prices just keep rising because there's so many subsidies and all these different things.
Everyone wants to go.
Everyone wants to go, and so like there's a demand, but then also like it's just the price keeps rising. The price keeps rising. I'm enrolled in high school. I'm not enrolled in high school. I'm enrolled in college right now, and I've taken this past year and one semester. I've taken at a community college, right? And it has costed the same amount, and so this next semester I'm going to be at a local four-year college, and it will have costed me the same amount for all my classes, books, roughly the same amount for all my classes and books at this community college for a year and one semester, 4 classes a year, as one semester of one class, room and board,
Oh, I see.
and books for one semester at this. So that's not even a full 4 classes. That's one class, one semester, room and board. So like that's going to be my dorm and my meal plan. But still, I mean that's pretty outrageous.
Definitely. And it's back when our grandparents went to school. The thing was that not everybody had to go to college because like you had the people in the military who would come back from war, maybe get a grant or something. But like I feel the workplace wasn't designed so that everybody had to go to college and get a degree in order to get a certain job.
The thing is that it's not going to be that way forever either. Because even right now, most careers people go into, they can learn, with several exceptions, doctors, lawyers. Most careers, though, you get into that career and they'll teach you almost everything you need to know to perform that job in that career. But they still want you to have a college degree to show that you can learn and that you're moldable. But, you're paying these thousands and thousands of dollars. If you go to a private school, it's $50,000 a year or a semester or whatever, versus, a public institution is $10,000 a year or semester or whatever. It's still really expensive, but you're paying for just the certificate that shows I can learn. But that doesn't make any sense. It's getting to the point where that's so expensive when they're not even really paying for you to learn a specific thing. My uncle, he has a degree in botany, but he works in the IT industry.
That's
What-
another
what
problem.
But they gave him the job because he went to college.
What I think would be a cool idea is if they had just simple tests to see if you have learning capabilities. If you just to show if you have any learning problems and if you have good learning capabilities. If that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
To prove that you have the ability to learn and stuff.
True.
And so something like that, even just a public education thing where they just be like, we're gonna, if you've been to the public where we're gonna have the where we teach the kids at least initially, not high school or anything. We have a test where it's like if you pass this, you get a
Some kind of certificate.
you get
still.
some kind of a certificate that says that you can learn stuff easily, or not even easily, but you can just learn stuff, and that you're an adaptable citizen, and that you can be hired for jobs.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think that there's so many variables, though, because then what are the students that are maybe not adaptable at that time, but they make certain life changes, and they can all of a sudden become adaptable?
Then
and
you
they
try
are.
again.
You try again. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
The world should just be the giver. Have you read that?
The
book?
Giver was I saw the movie, and I did not I read a little bit of the book. I kind of got bored of the book. I liked the movie really. It was really good. They captured it really well.
I heard that it was not.
No, it was good. They did a good job. They did a good job with it.
I did watch them.
It was
before
really
read the
good.
book.
It reminds me of what's happening with the U.S. almost to a point
Yeah.
where everything's being
Essentially.
where everything's just being, folded over our eyes, and we don't see anything that's actually happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And now
I don't know. I'm very skeptical.
we're at the
how
we're at
much
the
this
edge
does.
of just the whole society. You all of us, we kind of know what's going on, but a lot of the American people,
That's gonna be cut.
yeah, that's gonna be censored. The people who make dumb decisions, are clearly not aware of what's happening, and so it's slowly happening with media and with government of what's happening. But I just like to say back to the point of the
I mean, that's what we're trying to promote here. Is getting people.
that's what the show
a,
is.
Yeah, a snapshot of further educating
But
themselves.
people like us have been censored by the government, by the FCC, because we, violate infringement laws and wiretapping statute and all these stupid
We
things.
violated wire.
No, we haven't, but other
I
people
did.
I
have.
was about to say, I've
Other
never
people have.
tapped
I
a
did that
wire in
last
my
night.
life. Do not accuse me. Wherever you're listening, do not.
No, but I just like to say with middle school, what are the children going to do? A lot of the places where the parents can't afford to send their child to these schools are the places where they need curricular activity or anything for the child to go to, where they're off the streets, where they at least they have an environment of learning or an environment, the chance to learn.
There's also the
Why not?
social component of
A social
school.
that's what a lot of middle school is. It's teaching the child how to interact with lots of other
Yeah,
humans,
but
without shooting them.
There's a lot of there's a lot of social interaction that happens in middle school that is not healthy at all, though.
That's why you get moderators.
That's-
You get teachers to. They should make a social society test where they should just get a big building and they should
Mhm.
just have everyone interact, just talk and learn about each other's lives and
Same age.
same age, cut into idea ages 5 years difference.
So like 5-year-olds and 10-year-olds.
No, 5 years different. Five. Okay. At
Middle school age.
middle school age.
Okay.
Middle school
Okay,
age.
okay.
I
What-
think that
I mean, it's an idea.
Why
It's
not?
really work.
we could always just have
Robots.
no have kids work. What was the problem? With,
What the heck?
What was the?
What? This man wants to have child slavery. He supports child slavery in
Slavery.
China.
I did
This
not
man,
say child slavery.
He said
I said-
children working. Children working.
I did.
Child
And then you
labor
started
laws are
yelling,
being
and
violated.
then you started yelling, and you didn't let me explain. What was the big thing with child labor? Child labor was not right, and maybe in many parts, and still
you're
many parts of the
supporting it.
world is still right. Is still not right because the conditions are inhumane. That kind of child labor, yes, needs to be stopped.
And
There
because
needs
the
to be
child doesn't
limitations
have
to
the
that.
option to.
But here in the United States, where our work environments are humane and can be created, where it is a
Yeah,
work
when you take it to
environment-
high school, it's not.
no,
humane
where
anymore.
it's a work environment catered specifically to young people, teaching them to solve problems and
How
to become
young?
critical thinkers.
Yeah,
I don't know how young.
5-year-olds? You want to
Not-
put 5-year-olds
not
in?
elementary school? Because I already said we're keeping public education for elementary and maybe like a first year of middle school, but just have it all in elementary. So kindergarten through 6th grade, have that all be one section of.
And then as soon as they turn 13, they start going to the factories, right?
No, not the factories at all.
That's exactly what you're saying. You're saying have the children work.
Work, not necessarily in a factory. A lot of our factory jobs are done by machines anyway.
Yeah, but you gotta have people monitoring them. The kids on the iPad will just be, move the robot over here and just press the iPad. You're right.
I'm not sure, because the thing is, too, is that as we're moving forward, many of the students learning in schools today, their jobs haven't even been created yet.
Mhm.
So I'm going partly off of that.
That's another
But there are going to
Also-
be jobs. I'm saying have less of the emphasis on this is a job that you have to go to,
Mhm.
and yes, pay them as it was a job,
Yeah.
because I totally believe in equal compensation. But
Equal
have it
comp-
more.
You believe in equality?
Yes,
So a
For-
person who doesn't work at all.
for equal compensation for what you work.
like
just
all,
making sure we're
across
not-
all ages and
No, across skill set. So if there is a 20-year-old that can perform the same as a 60-year-old, pay them the same. Man, woman,
Yeah,
black,
oh,
white,
yeah, I thought you were
Asian,
saying-
whatever. You get paid based on your effort and production.
Alright.
But
Fair
what
enough.
I'm saying is have the kids, yes, paid for their work, but instead have the objective be that they're teaching them to problem solve and to critically think, because so much of that you can learn when you're in a job. You learn to work with others in a job, you learn to deal with a boss, you learn how to critically think, and you learn to problem solve. These are all real world things that you learn, that when you're in a job you are forced to learn them and you don't realize it, but then later on you use those skills that you learned in your first job or whatever, and you use them in real life.
In that case, I do have to agree with you. The place that I worked in an IT company that worked with.
And how old? How old?
Wait a minute.
I
How
was
old
I
were you?
was 12.
You are 12.
I was 12. But what I learned
Was
was
that
I
an
learned how to
inhumane environment for you?
No, it wasn't,
No.
because they had 30 other
Wait a minute,
they had
no.
30 other interns, and it was the
Okay,
you were-
they
so
broke child
that's the
slavery.
system. That's the system. Have them be not workers but paid interns.
I was not paid.
Okay. Well, if you're still being able to equal that, I'm not saying this is excusable or whatever. It depends. So many situations depend on different things.
No, they did great. They did great. They did a
Okay,
good job.
so but what I'm saying is that have them be interns, paid or unpaid, that you're being molded to be a successful
That's what they
employee
did.
or
They did a
leader
good job.
or
Yeah.
job
If you let me finish.
creator.
Thank you.
It's valuable.
It is
valuable.
true. Well, I learned lots of skills. I learned a lot with computer programming, software design, and the fact that they taught me, and I worked with I learned how to work with the boss, and how to work with other coworkers. I was the clown of the place, but I learned a lot of people, and I made lots of good experience with there. I met several people who I still work with now, who still use me for what I do. Not use me, but they call me up if they need me for something.
No, I understand what you're saying.
And you're right. You're right. It is an idea.
And that is around
But you
that
have-
age of 6th, 7th grade.
But you have good intentions in mind. But there are a lot of evil people who might use it as
That's
a cover.
true. That's
who might
true.
use it as a
That's
cover.
true.
They might go, oh, this is just we're paying the children, right, Billy? You're getting paid, right? You know.
Oh my God.
And
Well, you still
like a
okay.
draft
So
team.
have
you don't, or you
have
could have a
these-
front. Your store could have a front. How are they going to have inspectors going? How do you know that there's not an underground factory somewhere with a ton of children, and then they have the overground factory where the children are living
This
happy?
is getting
wonderful
rapey again.
No,
What
that's
I mean-
like you have it be a program. So it's not a public school; it's a program.
Who pays
Right.
for the program?
Right out of the program, the government we can still pay for the program with our tax dollars, but you guarantee it's going to be cheaper to paying
As long as it's cheaper and
Body-
it's proven that it's effective.
cheaper
I
than
think
having
anyone
a brick and mortar building with a full staff. You have these students, and they all are funneled into different places where they can intern and learn. And then you have not inspectors, but I mean they act as inspectors, but they're
Like
people-
Nazis.
No.
Just come into the store.
That's being. We're not saying Nazis. That's
Where
being-
are the children? Open up the secret cellar door. Where are the children?
All right.
Indian.
Well, this has gone too far. I'm done.
No, it's
I'm
not.
Done.
No.
I'm done. We're
No,
not
we're
doing
just-
this anymore. You
You-
said
no,
Nazis, and the
I said-
conversation was over.
It was a
You
joke.
said Nazis, and the conversation was over.
Okay.
Nothing.
It's done.
Just
My
help
battery's
me out
actually
here.
low right now. So just to finish this up, what do you have to think about what Austin was saying with the child labor laws?
There were so many words flying around. I will say, he brought up one point that reminded me of
Look at
something
me,
in my
please.
childhood.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. He brought up one point that
You don't have to point to him. We know who you're talking about.
Austin brought up one point that reminded me of something in my childhood. I was invited to a national junior, little kids convention where basically we learned exactly what he was talking about.
Yeah, so I'd just
So-
like to make a note if you saw me doing that. One, he was about to press the alarm button that calls the police over. It's a silent alarm, so if you pressed it, it's very light. Did you touch it? It's touch sensitive.
Please tell me the police aren't coming.
It's touch
I-
sensitive. Did you
I
tap it?
I didn't tap it or anything.
Did you have contact with the button?
Maybe.
Any pressure?
I
very
don't think
sensitive.
there's any pressure.
Just even just touching it really can cause it. It's silent, so you don't know what's going on. But it's okay. If the cops come, we'll just say, "Oh, my friend's still playing with the button."
I'm screwed with the screws.
Oh, how do you know those screws aren't the buttons? All right, I gotta replace the lens, so we gotta cover.
Go ahead, finish up.
I gotta finish
finish
this up.
Your,
All right, well, yeah, thank you for joining us with this pretty much just discussion where we can be open about what's going on, and it's not down to the script, not down to this iPad, exactly where we can all talk about what's going on, and you can watch if you want to. But if you watch this far, thank you for staying tuned.
I feel like it can't end though until there's
can't.
one person left, so I'm gonna storm off just like I did.
All right. Well, I'd like to make a public service announcement.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird's a winner,
All right. Just this is still going in.
That bird.
Yeah, it's going in there.
No, it's not.
No, all right. You know what? You don't like it. You don't get to watch it. You're fired. No, just kidding. No, I like it. You're good. Thank you guys for watching the After the Show show. Go ahead and check the original video. We'll put a link to that. Thank you. And remember, paradigm shifting is cool. That sounds like a Transformers thing. Paradigm shift. All right. Thank you guys.